Hi, if you want to speak English confidently and fluently but don't know where to start, this session is for you. Today, I'll guide you from basic to fluent in the simplest way possible. So stay with me. Today, we're diving deep into the English fluency blueprint, specifically how to train your brain to think in English. This is the ultimate secret to fluency. The one skill that separates intermediate learners from truly fluent speakers. By the end of this episode, you'll understand exactly how thinking in English works, why it's so important, and most importantly, how to develop this skill step by step. Before we begin, please subscribe to this channel, hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode, and leave a comment telling me what language you currently think in. I read every single comment. Your engagement helps me create better content for you. Okay, let's dive in. Let me start with a question. When you want to say something in English, what happens in your brain? I'll tell you what happens for most learners. First, you think of what you want to say in your native language. Second, you translate each word into English in your head. Third, you try to arrange those words into an English sentence. Fourth, you finally speak. This process takes time, sometimes several seconds, and by the time you finish translating, the conversation has moved on. Does this sound familiar? If yes, you're stuck in what I call the translation trap, and this trap is killing your fluency. Here's the truth. As long as you're translating, you will never be truly fluent. You'll always be slow, you'll always sound unnatural, and you'll always feel frustrated. But here's the good news. You can escape this trap. You can train your brain to think directly in English, and when you do, everything changes. Your speaking becomes fast, natural, confident. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to make this transformation. Are you ready? Let's begin. Before we get to the how, let's understand the why. Why is thinking in English so important? Let me explain with an example. Imagine you want to say I'm hungry in English. If you think in your language first, your brain does this. Native language thought, I have hunger. Translation, I have hunger. English attempt, I have hungry, or I am have hungry. You end up confused and making mistakes. But if you think in English, your brain does this. Direct thought in English, I'm hungry. Speech, I'm hungry. Instant, natural, correct. See the difference? When you think in English, you skip the translation step, you eliminate the delay, you eliminate the confusion, and you speak like a native speaker, fast and natural. Here's another benefit. When you think in English, you use English grammar naturally. You don't have to remember rules, you don't have to construct sentences consciously. It just flows, just like in your native language. You don't think about grammar when you speak your mother tongue, you just speak. The same will happen with English once you start thinking in it. This is the power of thinking in English. It transforms you from a struggling learner into a confident speaker. Now let's talk about how to develop this skill. Before we start training, you need to understand how your brain learns languages. Your brain has two language systems, the conscious system and the automatic system. The conscious system is slow, deliberate, analytical. This is what you use when you study grammar rule. When you translate, when you think carefully about each word. The automatic system is fast, intuitive, natural. This is what you use in your native language. You don't think about grammar. You just know, words come automatically. Here's the problem. Most learners only develop their conscious system. They study English like it's mathematics, rules, memorization, analysis, but they never develop the automatic system, and fluency requires the automatic system. So how do you develop the automatic system? Through exposure, repetition, and practice. Lots and lots of practice. Your brain needs to see and hear English patterns so many times that they become automatic, just like when you learned your first language as a child. You didn't study grammar, you absorbed patterns through massive exposure. This is exactly what we're going to do with English. We're going to train your brain through specific techniques. These techniques will move English from your conscious system to your automatic system, from slow and deliberate to fast and natural. Now let's get into the specific strategies. Strategy 1, start with inner speech. Inner speech is the voice inside your head, the constant mental commentary you have throughout the day. Right now, that voice speaks in your native language, but we're going to change that. We're going to make that voice speak English. This is the foundation of thinking in English, and here's how you do it. Start extremely simple. Don't try to think complex thoughts in English. Start with naming objects around you. You see a door, think door. You see a window, think window. You see your phone, think phone. Do this throughout your day. Every object you see, name it in English in your mind. No translation, just the English word. Do this for a few days until it becomes natural. Next level, add simple descriptions. Don't just think phone. Think my phone or black phone, not just door. Think closed door or white door. You're building simple two-word phrases. This trains your brain to create basic English structures. Do this for another few days. Next level, create simple sentences. Now you're ready for full sentences, but keep them simple, present tense. First person, for example, you're drinking water. Think I'm drinking water. You're walking. Think I'm walking. You're tired. Think I'm tired. Notice I'm using present continuous and simple present. These are the easiest tenses to start with. Practice this level for at least a week. Make it a habit. Every action you do, narrate it in English in your mind. Advanced level, add past and future. Once simple present becomes natural, add other tenses. Think about what you did. I ate breakfast. I went to work. I talked to my friend. Think about what you'll do. I will study tonight. I'm going to watch a movie. I'll call my mom. Now you're thinking across time periods. This is when English really starts to flow. The key to inner speech is consistency. You need to do this every single day. Multiple times a day, your brain needs constant exposure to English. Set reminders on your phone if needed. Time to think in English. Every time you see the reminder, spend 5 minutes narrating your actions in English in your mind. After a few weeks, you'll notice something amazing. English thoughts will start appearing automatically, without effort. This is the beginning of thinking in English. Now let's add the second strategy. Strategy 2, the immersion method. Inner speech is what happens inside your head, but you also need external English input. This is where immersion comes in. Immersion means surrounding yourself with English, not for 1 hour of study, but all day long. Let me give you a practical immersion plan. Morning immersion, change your phone language to English. Change your social media to English. When you wake up, the first words you see are English. Follow English accounts on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Scroll through English content while having your morning coffee. Listen to English podcasts or news during breakfast. Your morning routine is now in English. You're programming your brain from the moment you wake up. Commute immersion, listen to English during your commute. Podcasts, audiobooks, music with lyrics. Don't just listen passively. Try to understand. Repeat interesting phrases out loud if you can. If you drive, talk to yourself in English. Narrate what you see. That car is going fast. The traffic is heavy today. I need to turn left. Transform your commute into English practice time. Work or study immersion. If possible, change your computer to English. Use English for Google searches. Read work emails and documents in English if possible. During breaks, read English articles instead of content in your native language. Watch English videos on YouTube. Even 5-minute breaks become English exposure. Evening immersion, this is your entertainment time. Make it English time. Watch TV shows in English without subtitles. If that's too difficult, use English subtitles, not your language. Watch YouTube videos in English, read English books or articles, play video games in English. Whatever you do for fun, do it in English. Night routine immersion. Before bed, think about your day in English. What did you do? What did you learn? What will you do tomorrow? Journal in English if you like writing, even just 5 sentences. Today I did this, I felt that. Tomorrow I will do this. End your day with English. Start the next day with English. Your brain is constantly in English mode. Here's what immersion does. It trains your brain to recognize English patterns automatically. You stop noticing that you're hearing English. It just becomes normal. Your brain starts processing English without translation. This is exactly what we want. The more hours per day you can immerse yourself, the faster you'll develop English thinking. Try to aim for at least 4 or 5 hours of English exposure daily. It sounds like a lot, but if you follow the plan above, you'll easily reach this. Because you're not adding extra study time, You're just replacing your native language content with English content. Strategy 3, the elimination technique. Now let's talk about something radical, temporarily reducing your native language. I know this sounds extreme, but hear me out. Your brain is lazy. It will always take the path of least resistance. If your native language is easily available, your brain will default to it. But if you make your native language less accessible, your brain is forced to use English. Here's how to do this gradually. Week 1, 1 hour of English-only time. Choose 1 hour every day, maybe during your commute or evening. During this hour, only consume English. No exceptions. Don't check your native language social media. Don't read news in your language, only English. This trains your brain to function in English for extended periods. Week 2, increase to 2 hours. Add another hour. Maybe morning and evening, 2 separate English-only blocks. You're expanding your English thinking time. Your brain is adapting. Week 3, half-day English. Can you dedicate half your day to English? Maybe weekends are easier. Saturday morning to afternoon, only English. Watch English content. Read in English. Think in English. Speak to yourself in English. Half a day fully immersed. Week 4, full-day challenge. 1 day per week. Try to make it all English. From the moment you wake up to when you sleep. This is intense, but it's also incredibly effective. 1 day of full immersion teaches your brain that it can function entirely in English. Important note, you don't have to be this extreme if it's not practical. The key principle is this. The more you reduce your native language exposure and increase English exposure, the faster your brain will switch to English thinking. Even small changes make a big difference. If you can't do full days, do hours. If you can't do hours, do 30-minute blocks. Something is better than nothing. Every minute of English exposure helps. Strategy 4, the speaking to yourself method. This is one of the most powerful techniques, and it's completely free. You don't need a conversation partner, you don't need a teacher, you just need yourself. Here's how it works. Every day, spend 10-15 minutes speaking to yourself in English out loud, not in your head, out loud. You need to hear yourself speaking English. This activates different parts of your brain. Here are specific exercises. Exercise 1, the mirror conversation. Stand in front of a mirror, have a conversation with yourself, ask yourself questions and answer them. How was your day? It was good. What did you do? I worked and then I exercised. How do you feel? I feel tired but happy. This simulates real conversation, but without pressure. You're practicing the back and forth of dialogue. Exercise 2, the monologue. Choose a topic you know well, your job, your family, your hobbies. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Talk about the topic nonstop for 5 minutes. Don't plan what you'll say, just start talking. If you get stuck, keep going. Say or let me think. But don't stop, don't switch to your native language. This trains your brain to keep producing English even when you're uncertain. Exercise 3, the narration. Narrate your actions as you do them. You're making coffee. I'm filling the kettle with water. Now I'm turning it on. I'm getting a cup from the cupboard. I'm putting coffee in the cup. The water is boiling. I'm pouring the water. Now I'm adding milk. Every single action, describe it in English. This creates a constant stream of English in your mind and mouth. Exercise 4, the imaginary conversation. Imagine you're talking to someone, your friend, your boss, a stranger. Have an imaginary conversation with them, both sides of the conversation. Hi, how are you? I'm great, thanks. How about you? I'm good. What are you doing this weekend? I'm going to visit my parents. This prepares you for real conversations. You're rehearsing common interactions. Why is speaking out loud so important? Because it engages multiple brain systems. You're thinking in English, speaking in English, and hearing English, 3 different processes happening simultaneously. This creates stronger neural pathways, stronger connections, faster automatic processing. Do this daily. Make it a non-negotiable habit. 10-15 minutes might not seem like much, but over months, this adds up to dozens of hours of speaking practice, and your brain will transform. Strategy 5, the think before translate rule. This strategy is about changing your mental process. Right now, when you don't know how to say something in English, what do? You probably think of the complete idea in your native language, then try to translate it. This reinforces the translation habit. We're going to reverse this. Here's the new rule. Think in English first, even if it's simple, even if it's not exactly what you want to say. Force yourself to form the thought in English first. Let me give you an example. You want to express a complex idea. Yesterday I was supposed to go to the dentist, but I had to cancel because I wasn't feeling well and now I need to reschedule, but I don't know when I'll have time. That's complicated. If you try to translate this, you'll get stuck. Instead, start with simple English. I had a dentist appointment yesterday. I canceled it. I was sick. Now I need a new appointment. I'm busy. I don't know when. See what happened. You broke the complex idea into simple sentences. This is thinking in English. You're not translating your native language structure. You're expressing ideas directly in English using the English you already know. Here's how to practice this. When you want to say something, pause, ask yourself, how can I say this with the English I know? Not how do I translate this? Find simple word, simple structure. It's okay if your English is basic. Basic English that flows is better than complex English that requires translation. As you practice this, your English will naturally become more sophisticated, but you're building the foundation of direct English thinking. No translation required. Another technique, if you don't know a word, describe it in English. Don't switch to your native language and translate. For example, you want to say screwdriver, but you forgot the word. Don't think screwdriver in your language and try to remember the English. Instead, describe it in English. The tool for screws, the thing that turns screws. Maybe you'll remember screwdriver, maybe not, but you kept thinking in English. You didn't break the flow. This is crucial for developing fluent thinking. Strategy 6, the pattern recognition system. Your brain is a pattern recognition machine. When you expose it to the same patterns repeatedly, it learns them automatically. This is how children learn language, not by studying rules, but by recognizing patterns. We're going to use this natural ability. Here's how. Instead of studying grammar rules, collect English patterns. These are common sentence structures that native speakers use. Pattern examples. I'm going to verb for future plans. I'm going to study. I'm going to travel. I'm going to eat. I'd like to verb for polite requests. I'd like to order. I'd like to ask. I'd like to know. It's adjective to verb for opinions. It's easy to learn. It's hard to understand. It's important to practice. I'm thinking about verb ing for consideration. I'm thinking about moving. I'm thinking about studying. I'm thinking about changing jobs. These are patterns. Not grammar rules. You don't need to know they're called infinitive structures or gerunds. You just need to use them over and over until they become automatic. How to collect patterns. When you read or listen to English, notice repeated structures. Write them down. Create example sentences using the same pattern. Say them out loud. Use them in your speaking practice. After you've used a pattern 5,100 times, it becomes automatic. Your brain just knows it. You don't have to think about it. Build a collection of 20-30 core patterns. These will cover most everyday communication, and they'll become the backbone of your English thinking. Because you're not translating, you're just filling in the pattern with different words. Strategy 7, the dream test. Here's how you know you're making real progress. You start dreaming in English. I'm serious. When you dream in a language, it means that language has moved into your subconscious. It's no longer conscious effort. It's automatic, but you can't force dreams. Dreams are a result of your daytime practice. If you follow all the strategies I've shared, dreams in English will come naturally. However, there's something you can do to accelerate this. Before you sleep, spend 5 minutes thinking in English. Review your day in English. Plan tomorrow in English. Read a few pages in English. Watch English content. Prime your brain with English right before sleep. Your brain processes the last things you experienced before sleeping. If that's English, your brain might process English during dreams. Some students report dreaming in English within 2-3 months of intensive practice. Others take longer. Everyone's timeline is different, but when it happens, it's a clear sign. Your brain is thinking in English, even when you're unconscious. Strategy 8, the no excuse speaking rule. Here's a hard truth. You can do all the listening and reading in the world, but if you don't speak, you won't develop thinking in English, because thinking and speaking are connected. They use similar brain processes. When you speak, you're practicing real-time thinking. You can't translate when you speak, it's too slow. You have to think directly in English. So here's the rule: speak English every single day. No exceptions, no excuses. But I don't have anyone to speak with. Speak to yourself. Record voice messages to yourself. Call yourself and leave voicemails in English. But my English is bad, so what? It will get better by speaking, not by staying silent. But I'm embarrassed. You should be more embarrassed of never improving. Embarrassment is temporary. Progress is permanent. I'm too busy. You have 10 minutes. Everyone has 10 minutes. Watch 10 minutes less TV. Sleep 10 minutes less. Find the time. Create a daily speaking routine. Same time every day. Morning, afternoon, or evening, doesn't matter. What matters is consistency. 10 minutes of speaking every day is better than 2 hours once a week. Daily practice builds the habit, builds the neural pathways, builds the automatic thinking. The 90-Day English Thinking Challenge. Now let me give you a complete 90-day plan. If you follow this, I guarantee you'll start thinking in English. This is the blueprint, your roadmap to fluency. Days 130, foundation building. Inner speech practice 5 times a day, 2 minutes each. Name objects, describe things, simple sentences. Immersion, 2 hours of English content daily. Podcasts, videos, anything you enjoy. Speaking to yourself 10 minutes daily. Narrate your actions, have mirror conversations. Pattern collection, learn one new pattern every 3 days. Use it 20 times. No translation rule. When you want to say something, think in simple English first. Goal: by day 30, simple thoughts should come in English automatically. Days 3160, expansion phase. Inner speech now include past and future thoughts, not just present. Immersion increase to 3-4 hours daily. Add reading to your routine. Speaking 15 minutes daily. Add monologues. Talk about topics for 5 minutes non-stop. Patterns, you should have 10 patterns by now. Review them, use them in speech. Elimination, try 1 hour of English-only time every day. Goal: by day 60, you should catch yourself thinking in English without trying. Random English thoughts appearing. Day 6190, fluency acceleration. Inner speech, you should be thinking in English for large parts of your day now. Immersion, 4-5 hours daily. Mix of listening, reading, watching. Speaking, 20 minutes daily, half to yourself, half recording yourself and reviewing. Patterns, 20 patterns mastered. They come out automatically when needed. Elimination, try half-day or full-day English on weekends. Goal: by day 90, English thinking should be your default for many situations. You translate less, you think more in English. This is not easy. It requires commitment, consistency, discipline, but it works. I've seen hundreds of students transform using this exact blueprint. Students who couldn't form a sentence without translating, now thinking and speaking in English naturally. You can be one of them, but you have to commit to the 90 days, all in, no half measures. Common challenges and how to overcome them. Let me address the obstacles you'll face, because you will face challenges. Knowing them in advance helps you prepare. Challenge 1, the motivation dip. First week you're excited, everything is new. Second week, still motivated. By week 3 or 4, the novelty wears off. This is when most people quit. Solution: remember your why. Why do you want to speak English? Write it down, read it when motivation drops. Join online community. Connect with other learners. Their energy will fuel yours. Track your progress, keep a journal, note small improvements, celebrate them. Challenge 2, the plateau feeling. Around week 5-6, you might feel stuck. You're practicing, but you don't see dramatic results. This is normal. Progress is not linear. Solution: trust the process. Your brain is building connection. You can't see them, but they're forming. Keep going. Change your practice slightly. Try different content, different topics. Variety helps. Record yourself at week 1, then at week 6. Compare them. You'll hear the difference even if you don't feel it. Challenge 3, the native language pull. Your brain will resist. It wants to use your native language. It's easier, faster, more comfortable. Solution: make English the path of least resistance. Surround yourself with English. Make your native language harder to access. Change phone settings. Unfollow native language accounts. Follow English accounts. Remove temptation. Challenge 4, the perfectionism trap. You want to think in perfect English, complex sentences, advanced vocabulary. When you can't, you get frustrated. Solution: accept imperfect English. Simple English is still English. I happy is better than nothing. I am happy is better. I'm so happy today is even better, but start with whatever you can, improve gradually. Perfect is the enemy of progress. Challenge 5, the time challenge. Life is busy, work, family, responsibilities, finding time seems impossible. Solution: integration, not addition. Don't add English study time. Integrate English into existing activities. Listen to English instead of native language podcasts. Watch English shows instead of native language shows. Think in English during activities you already do. You don't need extra time. You need to use existing time differently. Signs you're making progress. How do you know it's working? Here are the signs to watch for. Sign 1, English words pop into your head randomly. You're thinking in your language. Suddenly an English word appears. This means English is becoming active in your brain. Sign 2, you catch yourself thinking in English without trying. You didn't consciously decide to think in English, but you realize you were. This is huge. It means your brain is defaulting to English sometimes. Sign 3, you react in English mentally. Someone says something, your mental response is in English first, not your native language. Sign 4, you forget words in your native language. You want to say something in your language, but the English word comes first. You actually have to translate from English to your language. This is a clear sign of progress. Sign 5, you're faster in conversation. Less hesitation, less translation time. Words flow more naturally. Sign 6, you dream in English. Even just once, this is the golden sign. If you experience any of these signs, celebrate. You're on the right path. Your brain is transforming. Keep going. The more you practice, the more frequent these signs become, until thinking in English is just normal. Advanced techniques for accelerated progress. Once you've mastered the basics, try these advanced techniques. Technique 1, English-only days. 1 full day per week, only English. Speak to people in English if possible. Think in English all day. Write notes in English, everything English. This intensive practice accelerates development. Technique 2, the teaching method. Teach English to someone else, even if they don't exist. Pretend you're a teacher. Explain English concepts out loud. The present continuous is formed like this. We use it when teaching forces you to think deeply in English, to organize your thoughts in English. Technique 3, the debate yourself method. Choose a controversial topic. Debate both sides out loud in English. I think social media is good because, but on the other hand, it's bad because. This trains complex thinking in English. Arguing, reasoning, explaining. Technique 4, the simultaneous translation method. This is advanced. Listen to content in your native language, translate it to English out loud simultaneously. This is very difficult, but it trains rapid thinking in English, forces your brain to process and produce English quickly. Technique 5, the English identity method. Create an English-speaking persona. Give yourself an English name. When you speak English, you become this person. This psychological trick helps separate your English brain from your native language brain. Sounds weird, but it works for some people. Your action plan starting today. Okay, we've covered a lot. Let me give you your action plan starting right now. Today, this moment, choose one inner speech exercise. Start now. Name 10 objects around you in English, in your mind. This week, implement the morning English routine. English phone language, English social media scrolling, 30 minutes of English listening daily, 10 minutes of speaking to yourself daily. This month, add immersion, 2 hours of English content daily. Start collecting pattern, 1 pattern per week. Begin the No Translation Challenge. Think simple English first. This quarter, follow the 90-day blueprint I outlined. Track your progress weekly, journal in English, note your challenges and wins, join this podcast community, share your progress in comments. The key is to start small but start now. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait until you feel ready. Start with imperfect action. One small step today, another tomorrow. Consistency beats intensity. 30 minutes daily beats 5 hours once a week. Daily practice builds the neural pathways you need. Make English thinking a habit, not an occasional activity. Final encouragement: you can do this. My dear listeners, we've reached the end of this episode. But really, this is your beginning. You now have the complete blueprint, the exact strategies I use with my most successful students. Students who transformed from slow translators to fluent English thinkers. You have everything you need: the knowledge, the techniques, the 90-day plan. The only question is, will you do it? Will you commit to this journey? I believe you can. I've seen people from all backgrounds succeed. People who thought they'd never speak English well, people who were stuck for years. They broke through by training their brains to think in English. You can be next, but you must take action. Knowledge without action is just information. Action with knowledge is transformation. So here's my challenge to you. After this podcast ends, do one thing, just one. Open your notes app, write in English. Today I started my English thinking journey. In 90 days I will think in English naturally. Date it, commit to it, then do one inner speech exercise right now. That's all, just start. The journey of fluency begins with a single thought, a single English thought. Make that thought today. Before we finish, please subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell. I release new episodes every week. Leave a comment telling me what's your biggest challenge with thinking in English. I read every comment. I respond to as many as I can. And share this episode with someone learning English. Help them discover the blueprint. Next week, I'll release another episode, more advanced techniques, more practical strategies, so come back. Until then, remember this. Fluency is not about knowing all the words. It's about thinking in the language. You don't need perfect English. You need automatic English. And that comes from training your brain, day by day, thought by thought. This is the English Mastery Podcast. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for trusting me to guide your English journey. I'm honored. Now go out there and start thinking in English. Start today, start now. You've got this. I believe in you, and I'll be here every week supporting you. Keep learning, keep practicing, and most importantly, keep thinking in English. See you in the next episode. Good luck.